air filtration unit is working. I wash that filter out every day. I gotta wash it out today before I really get cracking in here. That was dark black yesterday, and look at all the crap that's in it. I can only imagine that secondary filter, what gets in there. A little soap and water though cleans them right up. So what have I done this morning? You come in with a fresh view on things. Today I've marked out the cabinets. First of all, to make sure my walls are all measured correctly, because it happens. So I'm going to put 1/2-inch sheetrock on this wall because it's not considered a firewall. So the first cabinet is floor to ceiling. This one in the corner is going to be a floor to ceiling pantry type unit. It's 18 inches, 12-inch cabinet, 36-inch sink base from there till there. I got to look here on the linoleum. It'll probably be a 32-inch sink, but we have a 36-inch base. 24-inch dishwasher goes from there to there. We have two 21-inch cabinets. These guys here. Well, I'm not going to switch to macro because that takes too many hands. And then there's a 42-inch cabinet base here. 42 inches takes me right to the edge, the very bitter edge of this linoleum. They gave me 1 inch of filler plus the 1/2 inch of a, that was my foot on a staple, that wasn't a toot. By the way, I still have staples, 100 freaking staples I gotta pull out of the floor. I got 1.5 inches from the edge of the cabinet to where this wall is. I've got to rebuild this wall, which works. Gives me 1 inch of filler is what they supplied me with, and then a 1/2 inch for sheetrock. Now my intention to keep this all airtight is to rock from corner to corner, continuous membrane between the exterior wall. And because this is an exterior wall and it's a shared wall, what's considered a shared wall, I have to put 5/8 sheetrock on there, the good heavy stuff, to give me a 1 hour rate. And then on the stove wall as well, I have to put 5/8 sheetrock. But I'm going to rock all the way into this corner, and then I'm going to build this partition wall, which is, do I have it here? This wall, where the door is. This door. So, let me turn that off. Okay, the inspector just left, and I'm all good to insulate. I've got some house paper I'm going to put up on these exterior walls where there's bare wood, and we're good. We're good to cover. Rough Electrical signed off. It's awesome. I brought a circuit. I think I've already mentioned this 26 times, but I bought the 20 amp, brought the 20 amp in. There's the home run, daisy chained into that one. Brought a 15 amp in, ran it to here. That's where the switch for the under cabinet lights are going to be. That's the lead that's going to stub up into the wall for the under cabinet lights for this wall. And I daisy chained it, goes under the floor, comes up through here, up there, and up there for the under cabinet lights for the individual wall mount cabinets here. That's the 20 amp circuit dedicated for the stove. 20 amp circuit comes up for the microwave, and a 20 coming up for a separate 20 coming up for the lights or plugs here. The only thing he did squawk about, I got my nailing plates up, I got everything good. The only thing he did squawk about was I didn't have this partition wall built yet with the light switch already wired into this ceiling box. But I told him I wanted a continuous moisture barrier, and I was going to sheetrock all the way out to there. And since this partition has zero effect on anything structurally, I want to build that wall after I'm rocked all the way in the corner. And besides the fact it'll be way easier to sheetrock this closet, do the 3 sides of this closet and ceiling without a stupid wall in the way. So anyway, he cried for a minute about that, but I think I smooth talked my way out of it. He'll check it after the sheetrock's done, which is kind of ridiculous anyway. I'm just going to run some 14 in there to make the switch actually in there, and then drop the 14 lead down here inside the wall, mount a switch box, and it's the switch. It's easy. So anyhow, I got some R13 because we're only 2 before walls, and I'm not going to be fighting with anything thicker than R13. That's really all that'll fit in there. I got some paper, I got my T50 stapler, and I got my air filtration device. I got a mask ready to go and some gloves because fiberglass just, I don't like it. I don't like that kind. It's no bueno. So I'm gonna get cracking here. I'm doing the happy dance right now if you can't see because the electrical's done. But I didn't bring my tripod, so maybe you can't see. So let's see what we got going. See you guys in a little bit. Short time later. I just wanted to take a quick vid of this before I start stuffing the bays there with insulation. I ended up using craft paper on all the wall there. And the idea is to keep any condensation or moisture that may build up on the back side of that siding from actually touching the fiberglass and creating a situation where mold can happen because sometimes these walls sweat. And since I'm doing the insulation from the inside out, the craft paper is going to be on the kitchen side. These are faced. So the paper is going to be on my side, kitchen side. So you put this craft paper, the black paper, felt paper, whatever you want to call it, tar paper, on against the siding. And that way, if any water does get in there, it won't, whether it be through condensation or whether it be through a small leak, it won't actually touch this fiberglass and harbor mold. Now, a real quick thing too. I know it's already been a minute in this video, but I'll make it quick. Okay, another thing real quick too, before I start sticking this stuff in position, is that something to consider when you're doing craft paper from the inside out is that your paper application techniques are reversed from the outside. Anytime you're doing any kind of shingles on the outside or waterproof membrane, you always go from the bottom up, right? You start your first course of whether it be paper or whether it be shingles or whether it be siding. You start on the bottom and you work your way up. So each subsequent layer on top will shed water onto the one down below. But when you're doing it from the inside, you've got to do it reversed. So just something to consider. You just got to think of it the other way around. You do your top course first, and then your overlay underneath. So you're thinking of water on the back side. If it were to contact the back side on the top, it's going to flow over the top of this paper and then hit the next seam on the way down. So just something to keep in mind when you're papering. Although it's kind of an interesting point. You could debate it because I'm not actually putting the paper back behind the studs. You know, I don't know. It's just a good habit to get into. And this stuff here, let's see if I can see it. Oh, can't tell me there's not it. Anyway, it's made in the US. Oh, there it is. Made in the USA. That's kind of cool. I don't know where. Made in the USA. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay. Onward. Yeah, so here it is with the insulation done. It's like one giant blanket. A giant pink blanket on the wall there. A giant pink itchy blanket. Itchy, giant, irritating pink. Urgh. I did it in short sleeves. Stupid. I did wear gloves. I did wear a respirator. But I figured I wasn't working anything overhead and I wasn't crawling around in an attic or any sub-basements or anything, sticking stuff up overhead. So short sleeves are fine. Just take it easy when you're doing it. Don't create a lot of movement and dust. I like it though. I like it. Coming here tomorrow with sheetrock, panel lift, and a sheetrock. A sheetrock? No, a bunch of sheetrock and a panel lift. A panel lift. Oh boy, it's tired. I gotta go. See you.